Unapologetic.
I said what I said.
Unrepentant.
When I am assertive, I'm a bitch. When a man is assertive, he's a boss.
And unfiltered.
If you want to say anything, you say I'm real.
I'm Dominique the Diva.
I am the #1 most impactful.
And I'm Chey Parker.
Did not come here to impress you, because to tell you the truth, when I leave here, I'm gone, and I don't care what you think about me.
And we're not here to offend you. We're here to offend everybody.
You were thinking it. I know, but you said it. I know.
So listen, we're dishing on everything hip-hop,
pop culture, and all the bullshit in between.
So get your panties out a bunch.
And press play if you ain't scared.
To Diva Unfiltered. Cheers! We're back, baby!
I cannot believe it, okay? So happy. Ooh, let me turn it around.
Okay, we back. Diva Unfiltered podcast season 3.
Season 3. Aren't you proud of us?
Episode 1. Because
Episode 1.
we almost didn't make it, so another.
Oh, all right. Cheers to that.
We almost didn't fucking make it. Okay? Shout outs to you if you made it. If you made it through, shout outs to you for pressing play on this episode. We're so happy to be back. We're here at our new home.
Yeah, shout out to Vibe Records. Like, we're so excited to be here. Shout out to Tazi holding it down for us all the time. All right,
I don't know what that means.
He makes sure we got liquor, cups, you know what I'm saying, food, headphones,
AC.
mics. So if you are ever in the DMV area, make sure you come and check out Vibe Records for sure.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of vibes, it is Women's History Month, so we definitely want to come and highlight this room of just the greats, just the melanin queens all around us, because I don't know if you notice, ladies, but there definitely has been a shift, and the shift is also a part of the reason why we feel like it's only right that we reintroduce ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know about you, Chey, I feel like a whole new woman.
I am a whole new woman. It ain't even a feel at this point. I am a whole new woman. And there's definitely been a shift. We talked about this, Diva.
And we're going to talk about it. We back. Let's talk about it. I am your host, Dominique the Diva, of course. And this is the Diva Unfiltered podcast. And this is my best friend.
Hey. Hi, guys. It's Kylie. It's like, no. It's Chey Parker. And yeah, season 3, baby. It's going to be the best season yet.
It is, because I really need this outlet. You guys know I'm on the Quicksilver Show with Dominique the Diva, 3 to 7. We are nationally syndicated through Philly, Delaware, Jersey, Baltimore, DC, Mississippi, and we're getting more cities, every...
Humble brag.
Just a humble brag.
Not so humble brag. Okay.
Nationally syndicated, and then of course you can catch me on Fox DC weekly, and you can also catch me with my girls L'Oreal and Eva Marcel on the Undressing Room podcast. But none of those spaces actually is like 100% my space where I can 100% get unfiltered, and that's why it is imperative that I have this podcast here with my best friend. This is where we kick it. This is where we say shit that nobody else wants to say.
Nobody else is going to say.
And it might be a little brash, but if you're offended, don't worry, because we plan to offend everybody. And if you are coming back and you're not a new listener, we love you for coming back. And if you're a new listener, we hope you'll stick around, man.
If you're an old listener and you're coming back, then you definitely fuck with us the long way, because we've definitely said some things. And I remember when we first started the podcast, you were living in Cali and I was here, and we were like, dang, it would be so dope if you came to DC and did radio, we did a podcast, and we literally manifested that. So I will always be forever thankful to you for, creating this wonderful brand of Diva Unfiltered. I'm Chey Parker. We work at the same station, for real. I'm a media personality on 93.9 WKYS. You can catch me weekend middays every single weekend. But I'm also an entrepreneur, so I own a beauty company called Sacred and Sophisticated Glamour. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at SNS Glamour. And yeah, we are here to get it done.
Okay,
honey.
And let's get some things off of our chest, okay? And the only thing that we are drinking at this time is Indigo Gin. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. Shout out to everybody who knows. I know you're probably like, I don't even really be drinking gin like that, but that's how I know that you hadn't tried it yet. Because if you had tried these, then you would be drinking it, okay? And it's sugar free and it's gluten free.
I was about to say, let them know why we only drinking it.
We only drinking it because we still We still worried about our waistline, okay? So sugar-free, gluten-free, okay? 40% alcohol. We ain't got no day to get where we need to go. And I might already be there.
Okay.
No, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Lots of gin, a little bit of juice. That indigo gin gonna get you right. But let's slide on into some things now that we kind of reintroduced ourselves.
We gotta hop right into it. And you mentioned the shift.
The shift. There's been a shift, ladies.
There's been a shift, and there's so many reasons why it's been a shift. We're gonna get into that, but first and foremost, how you feeling?
I'm feeling really good.
You feeling good because of the indigo?
I'm feeling really good
because
I'm feeling good because of the indigo. But I'm also feeling really good about everything that I and we have endured, and still being able to walk out of the house with a smile on my face, still being able to look at every single thing around me and recognize the blessings in that, you know? So I'm feeling really good about where we're headed, okay? Because we can't spend too much time on where we've been. Okay, just know that it's a part of you now. So you gotta keep going with it. And that's why I'm excited about this shift. So if you're listening right now as a woman and you've kind of felt like that and you don't know, we're here to just like solidify 100%.
We know exactly what you're feeling. And I think really for me, you know, we were sending voice notes the other day and I was like, Diva, I don't know what it is. I don't know what this feeling is, but I just feel a shift in energy.
Yes.
Like, not that you're mad or sad or angry or, you know, unhappy or whatever the case is at the time, but I just felt a shift.
Yes.
And I think for me, how I've been feeling, powerful. Really powerful, like truly walking in my power, walking in my truth, knowing who I am, being proud for knowing who I am, and letting other people know who the fuck I am. When it's time to let them know who the fuck I am.
No, that's why we have this podcast, because I feel like it's important. No matter what other platforms I'm on, I needed a space for us, like how we are, like how we even are on this couch, like just really chilling like this, kicking our shit. Because fellas can go in a barbershop all day, talk their shit, and then they'll be like, oh, they're just talking. Like Trump can say he's grabbing bitches by the pussy, and they're like, oh, it's just talking that talk. Like, we're just talking our talk too, okay?
Exactly. We ain't talked our shit in a while,
and I want to make sure don't nobody ever get me fucked up.
Okay.
Okay, so speaking of the shift, let me tell you who's also feeling the shift. And then let me just give you an example of one woman that's feeling the shift.
This is what confirmed it.
Your girl, Saweetie.
This is what confirmed
she hit
it.
that nigga with a take care.
And I know what that take care sound like. I didn't even have to hear it with my own ears. All I had to do was see it.
Ooh,
all I had to do was see it on Twitter. And I said, ooh, the shift has been confirmed, ladies.
Take care. Look, when I tell a dude take care, I
don't
really
give a fuck
don't
anymore.
give a fuck about you, your mama, your kids. When I hit you with the take care,
fuck them kids.
It's no more my kids. When you hit a nigga with the take care, like,
it's really over.
It's really over.
Were you surprised though? And you know, I know Sweetie's your girl.
Yes.
And I have to admit that, like, the content that she puts out on social media, just
queen.
her whole vibe, and even this particular situation has just made me grow more towards her.
Yeah.
And she's a Cancer.
Yes.
So I felt the Cancer vibes for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, I almost feel like it's like, are we surprised?
Like,
are we surprised that this nigga cheated?
Are we surprised that any rapper might
are we
be
surprised that any nigga cheats?
Any nigga? No, we're not. So we're not. And you know, hopefully we can talk to Saweetie. She is real cool. You guys remind me of each other. I think it's the Cancer thing, and she knows too that, you know, a lot of fans have gotten to know how cool she is, like, through her content, because she is the content queen. So just like she said, I'm excited to see this next level of elevation for herself, because y'all know when we go through a breakup, that's when shit really pop off, right?
You literally reinvent into a whole.
You do. You throw yourself into your work.
Woman.
You throw yourself into your look. You throw yourself into your health. A woman that's like, a pervert once said, when a woman is fed up, somebody. Too bad he a pervert now, but
I was like, wait, who said that?
A wise pervert once said.
Who said that?
When a woman is fed up. Okay?
No, but I think also it really said something to her audience and her market that, okay, Saweetie is not taking this from one of the hottest rappers, hottest producers in the game, and she's not taking it, so I don't have to, you know, take it either.
Right.
And I saw a lot of just talk and chatter on Twitter about, oh, well, Quavo made her. She wouldn't be where she is. She wouldn't be who she is if it wasn't for him. And you know what? True. But guess what? Guess what happens? God brings people in your life to put you in the positions that you need to be in. And when that expiration date hits, honey,
then it's gone.
The expiration date hits.
And then you be
if a nigga want to expedite the expiration date, then I guess it's expedited then.
And you hit him with the take care.
And if you want to know why I'm so passionate about this.
Oh, talking about the Chey.
Chey is single. PSA. Burr, burr, burr.
You gonna let him know.
Serve as the official statement, the official
Chey
press release.
is single. The hot off the presses. Chey Lynn Parker is single, but you gotta. What else? This Saweetie say 8 figures. That's my type. All that. Yeah, that's the thing.
Only fuck with niggas if they handsome and wealthy. Okay. So that's on period.
The shift has happened.
Absolutely.
It is here.
Like I really felt her. I think a lot of women felt her, and it's just sort of like once you know, different deal breakers for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Like different strokes for different folks. But what I've learned is that once you feel like you're being disrespected to a point that it's turning you into a woman that you don't want to be, or that you never thought you would be, or that you vowed to yourself that you would never be or settle for, then that's when you really have to reevaluate and sever ties.
Yeah, and we got to be honest. I think all of us have been there before, and we might even said that to that nigga, like, look, I ain't no nagging bitch, or look, I ain't the one to be hitting you like, yo, you got me,
2 or the 3.
You got me fucked up. And once you realize you're becoming that person a little bit too much, and then you have to reevaluate some things. And it was interesting. Of course, what else came up with the whole Saweetie and Quavo thing was the Birkin bag talk. And with that being said, of course, a nigga gonna cheat whether the bag is a Birkin or a Michael Kors. Okay, it doesn't really matter because material things does not equal loyalty or respect, which are a lot of the important things that we want in a relationship, right? Facts. But I just think it is important to still circle back to that conversation, because let's think about men. And I'm talking about good men. I'm talking about quote unquote regular men that have good jobs and they're doing their thing, and any pressures that they may feel from a Birkin bag trending talk from Saweetie or music or whatever the case, to come that way or come not at all. Let's be honest, it's a $20,000 bag.
Well, ladies.
So
if you're
let's
making
give them a fucking break.
If you're making $40,000, there is no reason why you should be expecting anyone to buy you a $20,000 bag if you make $40,000.
Right. Tatiana. Yes.
So, let's
just give it a
everybody
rest.
just stay in their lane.
Everybody stay in your lane. Everybody focused on important things and not just material things, because like Saweetie said, those things don't put a Band-Aid on the real disrespect or loyalty that's really going on, or when the intimacy is given to other women.
That was the part right there. Okay? That was the part right there, because the nigga will say all day long, I love you, she ain't mean nothing, it wasn't nothing, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because if I gave the type of intimacy that I give you to someone else, you would be even more devastated than I am. You know what I'm saying?
They can never handle it.
Everybody, as far as the Birkin bags and the Michael Kors, everybody stay in their lane.
I'm not
in the Birkin lane, but I damn sure ain't in the Michael Kors lane.
And I'm saying this for women. I ain't talking about my motherfucking self. I'm talking about for you. The point is, those material things do not equal loyalty or respect, which is what we really should be talking about when it comes to, relationships. And I just want to speak for the fellas, because I feel like the fellas get a hard time all the time, and they take it sometimes, but it's just like, oh, okay, bro. But yes, there has been a shift. So shout out to Saweetie for moving on from Quavo. She'll get her another baller soon. Quavo,
absolutely,
I don't
know. She'll be fine. I know them DMs is flooded, baby.
Okay.
Flooded. Okay. And I'm not mad at it. Listen, Quavo about to find out who his real niggas are, because when I tell you the team about to be on Saweetie's head,
yeah, we already know.
That's gonna hurt.
We already know.
That's gonna hurt.
But of course, in Diva Unfiltered true fashion, whenever a nigga cheats on you, what do we do?
Cheat back.
All right.
Or you leave.
Tazzy don't want to give us the brr on that one.
Where the sound effects?
Where the brr? That's what we get for having a man in charge of the...
Right.
I need gunshots.
Everyone's
men in here, guys. They won't give us our... She's back, baby.
Yes.
Anyway.
No. Or leave. You know what I'm saying? But one thing my best friend said, it ain't no way I'm taking that shit on the chin.
Okay,
it ain't no way I'm taking that shit on the chin.
So boss up, ladies. The shift has happened. Women's History Month this year has just been amazing. I have been so inspired by other women. I shared, of course, my story about going to get lipo. Y'all know I had to do that, honey, because summer is coming, okay? I had a baby, okay? And then we had quarantine, okay? So I wanted to get rid of it. And that I did. And I just wanted to show any and every other woman that we can definitely do whatever we want with our bodies. Because, first of all, we don't. Newsflash, fellas, we never do it for you. I mean, you benefit from the things that we do to our bodies, but we don't necessarily do it for you. I never heard a guy say, wow, I love those lashes.
We don't do it for y'all.
We don't do it for you guys.
It just is what it is. Like, we really, truly don't. If anything, a lot of women do it because they want to look a certain way in their clothes. They want to feel a certain way about themselves. When they go on the beach, they don't want, the stomach hanging over the bikini or whatever it is. So I always encourage women, even when you say you were going to get it, whatever you want to do to make yourself feel your best, do that shit. But once you do it for a man, you've already lost. You've already taken the L.
They don't care. They don't even care. So there's been a shift.
She gonna go cheat on you with a fat hoe.
Yeah, it don't matter. It don't even matter what you look like. So that's why I say.
I already told Diva to let Doctor know that I'm coming in. I know he don't think it's nothing there.
Chey wants
but
to
it
get
really
something
is.
done. We're trying to find the fat that she wants to transfer before she gets the transfer. But I've been inspired by the women who's reached out to me like, yo, thank you for sharing that, because I'm definitely going to do it now. So that's pretty dope. I've also been inspired by of course, like Beyonce and Blue Ivy. They're winning Grammys, Megan Thee Stallion.
Hold on,
She's had a crazy.
Do you remember when Carrie Hilson told Beyonce to go sit down and have some babies, and she did, and now that baby don't win a Grammy before Carrie Hilson?
Oh my God!
That's why you gotta stop being ugly. God do not like pretty girl rock.
What?
God do not
Rock
like
that
ugly.
ass and I see. I'm sorry. We always gonna be petty about that. But shout out to her. Shout out to Carrie though. I do remember that's kind of crazy, and I'm excited. I was excited to see Megan Thee Stallion on stage with Beyonce. I feel like that was a crazy moment. I don't know how I would feel without having like my mother there for me. Like Megan has just been through so much. In case you want to know, I do personally believe that she was shot. But either way, she's had a hell of a year. And so she definitely deserves all of those accolades.
You know what was also so great to watch is how excited she still is around Beyonce. They're both from Houston.
Yeah.
And they did an amazing collab together that, Meg won this Grammy for.
Savage.
And it was just really, it's always good to me to see Black women supporting each other in that way. And like genuinely, authentically. Because a lot of times it's not genuine or authentic. So I feel like she was more excited about Beyonce making history than Beyonce was. And I love how Beyonce act like nobody told her the historical implications of her winning these Grammys.
She doesn't care.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thanks. I felt like she didn't want him to bring her up in the middle of Megan winning her award. Like she kind of was like, not trying to overshadow her moment, maybe I thought. But it was just definitely great to see that, and just like all the women this month doing their damn thing.
Now, you know who else really had me inspired? That damn Meghan Markle.
Oh, yes, Meghan Markle. Isn't
Because
it crazy?
I can only imagine how much courage and bravery that took, because you're going against a hundreds-year-old institution.
And the thing about it is, she's getting all of this backlash, all of this drama, and all of this racism. And she's so fair-skinned, and she's
look white.
Her mom is Black and her dad is white, and so sometimes, I mean, I know we're all like, of course, like, this is he's married a Black woman, essentially, but just to see that they're doing all of this and she can pass, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, just imagine if it was my Black ass, they would have been like.
No, just imagine if it was, and listen, and we don't even have to imagine, because we already know that a darker skinned woman, or a woman that is truly a direct descendant of slavery, would never even have been in that space. Prince Harry wouldn't have looked.
Yeah.
You don't think Prince Harry would have looked at Meghan Markle if she would have walked in there with Viola Davis skin and a fro?
Well, even if he did or didn't,
we won't speculate,
they're
but
gonna deal with that, and that racism is seeping over here. And then they got Sharon Osbourne sticking up for her racist friends. And I just want to tell anyone who wants to stick up for their racist friends, keep sticking up for your racist friends, loud and proud, so we can know where to put the clown nose. Okay. So as much as you want to stick up for your friend and this, that, and the third, go right ahead, please. We would love to help you resign from your positions. We would love to just make sure we put the red clown nose where it's supposed to go.
All right.
You guys
and
can
we
continue.
Don't make no mistake.
Okay, if you could continue to do that for us, all the racists out there, because that's what it really is. It's really about stopping racism altogether, stopping
the subconscious forms,
stopping
and the
white
forms.
terrorism, because it was so interesting to me this week to see Stop Asian Hate trending. And 100% for sure, it's Stop Asian Hate, but it's really Stop White Terrorism, because those people were killed by a 21-year-old white boy. And then I just saw media clips about what the black community could do for the Asian community right now. And I was just confused.
And you know what is so interesting about the media is that they truly gaslight and know exactly what they're doing. Because I thought it was so interesting. And
certain
we're gonna
publications,
talk specifically,
white publications.
We're going to talk specifically about NBC, because I feel like that was the think piece that everyone was talking about that went viral on Twitter. And you cannot bring black. First of all, we're talking about a white terrorist and Asians. I don't even know how the hell black people even got in this conversation. Y'all can leave our names the fuck up out of it. But since we're here, if you're going to say how we can be better allies, let's also acknowledge the complex histories that the Asian community has with anti-blackness.
Yes.
Okay. And this started all the way back from the civil rights movement. When your government told you, telling everybody, once the civil rights movement really started going, what they tell everybody, oh, the Asians have experienced racism too, and they're doing fine.
Yeah, they did tell us
because we give them all these damn tax breaks or whatever the case may be.
And
they're
loans.
doing fine. Why can't you? And literally, Asians just ate it on up, just scooped up anti-blackness like it was their own. And that's why they treat us like they do when we're in their beauty supply stores.
Stop following me around. I'm going to buy.
That's why they treat us like they do when we're in their Chinese restaurants or in their Korean nail salons or whatever the case is. And like, we have to acknowledge those things. And the only way we can be an ally is if we acknowledge those things.
We have to. It is fair. It's fair to acknowledge what's being said, because you know somebody watching right now like, yeah, they always follow me around the store. It's fair to acknowledge where we stand with them. At the same time, and acknowledging that, let's be clear, my people, we don't want to see any ethnic group be terrorized,
because we know firsthand,
killed, hurt. We never want that. So we never want that, right? But at the same time, we're not the ones that's doing that. So I don't know why the black community was being called out because he was a white boy. So maybe I should call out the Karens. Okay?
Where is all lives matter?
And then all lives matter, because when we said, they saying stop Asian hate, of course, 100%. But we were saying stop killing unarmed black people. But we said Black Lives Matter instead of just, saying it like that. And we were told that was incorrect and that it was all lives matter. So where's all lives matter in this situation? They should come to the front. They should be on the front lines. And then maybe all lives matter can talk to Blue Lives Matter, huh? And then maybe they can get together and talk to their sons that's going here killing people because they had a bad goddamn day. We don't get to have bad days like that. We don't get to just be like, oh my God, I'm sexually frustrated, I'm just gonna go to massages, oh, it didn't go well. We don't get to have bad days like that. We don't get to have a bad day and then a cop randomly asks us our name and we be like, fuck this, I'm having a bad day, without ending up in prison. Okay, we don't get to have a bad day. And I don't know if you guys realize, but me and my sisters and my black people and my family, we got a lot of shit on our plate right now. So at this juncture, we're not gonna be able to suit up and boot up for this particular fight. But don't get it fucked up. We never want to see that. We want to stop white terrorism. We trying to figure out, if we can go to the doctor, if he actually gonna believe us and treat us with a sense of urgency. You know what I mean? We trying to make sure that our husbands and our spouses and our brothers and our cousins and our co-workers are not goddamn looking suspicious at any point where they're going throughout their day that they can end up in prison or killed and not making home that night. You know what I mean?
And listen, like you said, absolutely stop Asian hate, but I'm gonna let y'all have that fight because I gotta sit back and worry about what the fuck we got going on in the black community, and that's really just that on that. That is the nature of what it is.
That's just it.
Period. Especially considering the black community's relationship with the Asian community.
Okay, so since it's Women's History Month and they want to figure out who they should be calling on, they should be calling on Karen. Karen is birthing them. Karen is breeding them. Karen is smiling in your face and voting just like her husband votes, because 54% of them vote just like their spouses. So let's call them out, see if they got some time.
Karen's to the front.
To use their privilege to stop some of this, to stop some of the young men that have bad days and go out and think they can go on a killing spree, who go into black churches, who cross state lines, to who go to the Capitol, whatever the case.
All the things.
I feel like they
types
don't
of
call
shit.
on black women. I think y'all should be calling on Karens. They could be a little Karen meeting, and they can talk to their kids.
Don't call on black women or men.
We're busy.
We got a lot.
We got
going
shit
on.
going on. I gotta get my braids redone.
I gotta get my locks retwisted.
Shit, I need to fill in. It's hard. It's hard being a black woman right now. We don't got the time.
I got you pressing me out in the goddamn nail salon talking about my feet, and you want me on the front lines of the Asian hate movement.
I'm trying to snatch my waist, okay? There's a lot of things black women are doing right now. We trying to make sure Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President, is okay. And I found a white man.
We trying to make sure Joe don't fall no more.
Joe Biden done tripped up the stairs. He like, play us fuck up. Play us fuck up. It's cool. It's cool. Play us fuck up. Y'all better stop, because y'all cashing them stimmies. Okay? He came through with the stimmies for y'all. Don't even front on the kid.
Well, my account still hasn't been stimulated.
We ain't even gonna talk about that. But I'm feeling real good about the shift. And so it was just imperative that we let that community know that although we are with you, we hear you, we see you, we never want to see that done to you guys at all. So there was no need to specifically call out my community, because that's not what we want. We need to all come together for white terrorism. Okay, 21-year-old white guy.
It sounds like we need another rainbow coalition.
Whatever the case.
Okay.
Whatever we need. Somebody put it together.
I don't know how we gonna do it, but
right now, black women can't be the one to put it together.
Yeah, right now we cannot be the coordinators.
We done already voted. Okay, y'all told us to vote. We did that shit. So that's all we got for y'all.
We are off for the rest of the year. We are on PTO.
Time.
Okay.
The rest of 2021. The rest of 2021 is all about this weather breaking, these sundresses coming out, these waists being snatched, these men getting left. We are not our aunties. We are not our grandmas. We will leave your ass.
Listen,
we are making money.
Seeing niggas get dropped left and right.
We are
like
making
flies.
We are making our own money. We're making our own money. We're doing our own hair. I don't know. We're doing so many things since this quarantine.
Quarantine
honestly.
did something special for the black woman. Okay,
definitely something
special, because I feel like folks really had to sit and deal with certain things that they were distracted by when the world was, quote unquote open. And I'm just so proud to see black women doing what they do best.
Yes.
And that's being blackity black and being a woman. Those two things right there are undefeated.
Yes.
Every single time.
Every single time. And, and let me be clear, we don't always have to, it's not, I hope that me and myself and my brand and my people understand that it was never given like kumbaya. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about that.
We're better. We're definitely better together. But even if you don't rock with that woman like that, it doesn't necessarily mean you don't want to see her have success in her lane and her field. Just like, I don't know, an example would be like Brandy and Monica versus, like, I don't necessarily think that Brandy and Monica are in each other's group chat or going to brunch. Some jokes were said, and then some people thought it was shade, and there were like awkward moments, but they were there together making history, doing something amazing. When we come together, that's what happens. But it doesn't have to be.
Let me tell you hoes something. Let me come closer. Let me tell you hoes something.
Let me take a sip.
We fuck with the bitches who fuck with us. All right? Period. Okay? If it's beef, it's beef. And that's it. All right? I'm not gonna wish no ill will on you, shorty. But if it's beef, it's beef. Don't think you sitting with me in the team, because you're not sitting with me in the team. And I'm not going to put no negativity on what you got going on. I'm not going to sabotage anything that you got going on. But at the same time, we fuck with who fuck with us.
No, that's for real. Chey got real 7'5".
Because, listen, I literally had a young lady, I'm not going to call her name. I had a young lady slide in my DMs, and she was upset about a particular, situation. She was going back and forth, calling me all types of names, like all types of names. It's like, you're not really about what you say you're about. You're not about women empowerment. And I say, yeah, because when bitches come at me like you coming at me, I'm definitely going to smack the shit out of you. We is not one no kumbaya.
It's the entitlement for me.
We are not one no kumbaya.
It is the entitlement for me.
And just because I'm for empowering women does not mean that I have to empower women that don't like me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody is empowered in their different ways. Like, who works for you might not work for me. Some people think that Amber Rose is empowering, right? She has her slut walk. They go out there with slutty outfits on and their signs, and they do their walk. I personally think they look kind of silly, but that doesn't mean that just works for someone else. She has millions of people up there. It doesn't matter. Some people don't like the way Cardi B gives messages. She be saying some real shit sometimes. Right. She talks to political leaders, and some people want to tell her stay in her lane, but she is actually advocating and a voice and someone's listening to her that actually can relate. So who empowers you and who works for you may not work for someone else. So go where you are celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Find your tribe and find who and what works for you. But let me tell you something, just being in radio for 11 years, nobody is your friend. And I didn't get into this to make friends. I've happened to make friends along the way, but it doesn't matter what that chick told you, what's in your face, what's that. If you're in this industry to find friends, you have the wrong mindset.
And that really goes for any industry. And keep in mind,
absolutely. You know? And there's a difference between having a rapport with somebody and having a relationship with somebody. Ooh. So don't be mad, but nobody but yourself. There's a difference between having a rapport with somebody and having a relationship with somebody. And so again, looking for friends, ain't nobody obligated to be your fucking friend.
At all. And also, no one is obligated to give you an opportunity at the end of the day.
Without a relationship.
Really just real.
Right.
Like, even if you have a relationship, you and I have a relationship, you are not obligated to give me or pass along any sort of opportunity. Right. You do because, you love me.
Well,
and that's
I see something in you. Right. And that's the same thing I tell women who want a mentor. Like, are you doing the right things? Are you putting yourself in position to? Because people in certain positions are only going to invest in, spend time with, share resources with people that they also see themselves in, see that same hustle and believe in. So any woman out there that's listening is like, I really need some guidance. I really wish I had this, that, and the third. Are you doing those things? Because that's when someone will pour into you,
And also, I encourage all women to be honest with yourself when you're trying to build a relationship with another woman. Am I trying to truly have a genuine, authentic relationship with this woman outside of what I think she can do for me? Or am I only in this because I feel like she can do something for me?
Right.
Because I find that a lot of the women who make those type of comments that talk about, the women empowerment, it's a scam, it's this, and, everybody can sit with me, and them bitches that always want to be down like Brandy. You want to be down, and that's the real tea about it. And you have ulterior motives for the relationships that you're trying to build. And believe it or not, people can see through those motives. People can feel
down about this short, about this small.
Oh, wait a minute. Indigo is getting to it. But I really just feel like you need to be honest about that, because women especially, we can feel that. So if you want to have a genuine, authentic relationship with me, a friendship, I am so down for that. But if I feel like you around because you just trying to be around the team, we going to treat you like you just want to be around the team.
And I just want to be clear, I'm not looking for any friends.
I'm not in the market. Not at this juncture.
Looking for any friends. So my friending has been closed.
I'm open to new friends. However, we are not in the market at this time.
At this juncture. That's like I don't
know.
Do
we sound like Mean Girls? Do we, guys?
I don't know. Do the guys think we sound like Mean Girls?
They're not even saying anything.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But I mean, I think it's just like you just have to recognize that like you may make it. It's dope when you make great friends along the way.
Absolutely.
Like I'm so excited about working with a friend of mine, and she's been my friend for a few years, and now we're gonna get to work with each other on like a professional basis. Noelle, hi Noelle.
Aww.
And I'm gonna be working with her, and it's even different then because like working with friends is different. But it's great when I met Noelle when I was hosting what's the festival in New Orleans? Essence Festival one year, and she was doing PR for another company at the time, and we met. So it's great when you can have friends and you meet friends throughout the industry. But coming into this looking to make friends, it doesn't work like that. That is a very naive way of thinking. It's great if you make it along the way, but everybody is going for what they want, right? And I used to always say that coming up on my radio grind, like I want this shit the most. And I always tell women that I work with, look, I don't know what, you can always let me know if it's coming off a certain way, but my main thing is how my product sounds, how things sound on air, you know, what we're talking about and how it comes off. That's all I'm worried about at the end of the day.
Facts.
And that's how everyone should be about their own stuff, their own brand, their own whatever. So it's all about that work that you're putting in. But my ladies, there has been a shift. So that shift that you're feeling is real. We are taking over, honey.
And listen, the summer is right around the corner. And when I tell you, y'all gonna see Chey like y'all ain't never seen her before. Honey, right now, okay? The summer's looking crazy, okay? I gave you host time.
No, really, I did give you guys
time. But I love that perspective, and I would just say, you know, love on the women in your life. I mean, I just worked with one of my best friends since college, which has been a little minute ago. But she actually afforded me my very first voiceover gig with a very big organization.
Yay!
And it's just so crazy because you're like, I love when Howard does what Howard does. You just find yourself working with alumni. Shout out Delicious, the man behind the camera.
He's behind the camera.
But you know, that comes from genuine, authentic relationships with other women.
And once you get inside this side of the industry or whatever, you learn that it is about relationships. Right before I got my first, right before I got let go in radio, and they say you don't work in radio until you get fired. So right before I got fired, the first go round, I had met with an OG in the radio game, and she's a soror of mine, and she told me, she was like, your next gig is going to come from somebody that you know. And I'm like, well, who do I know that has a gig? Because I'm ready to go right now. I would hit him up like, yo, let me in. I didn't know who that was. I didn't know what was going on, but she was absolutely right. And after I met with her that day was the day that I got let go, the next day. And I just was like, oh, it's going to come from someone I know. So keep doing your thing. Keep putting the work in. Someone that you know is watching you. And then somehow they're going to have something in front of them that's like, oh, and your name is going to pop up in their head. And you just want to say, oh, think about what it is that they're going to say about you and how they're going to recommend you for that position. And it's going to be the one that you've been thinking about and that you've been dreaming of and that you've been working on, as long as you've been putting the work in. And that's what we mean about the shift. All of those things are now coming together. Everyone was psyched out. We thought 2020 was the year.
It was not the year.
But
it was absolutely not.
We thought, oh, the vision gonna come together. It's 2020. It's gone. It played us, okay? 2020 played the fuck out of everybody. Let's be clear. But it's okay. Where's that thing from Denzel Washington, Training Day? I'm still standing. Y'all motherfuckers, King Kong.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Ain't got shit on me. Okay, we are still here.
That is something I've been saying.
Even if it's barely.
Okay, I've been saying that for a few months now. Still, I rise. Okay. Because life be lifing. Okay.
Life definitely
and
life.
That shift is real. I feel like 2021, a lot of people are going to be, you know, really, truly walking in their purpose. You know, you may feel like you're sitting in it right now, but I think the shift also involves not necessarily always looking for something else or looking for another opportunity or just looking, just seeking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like right now, it's really about being in this present moment and doing the work. Everything else will come. You cannot cut corners on the work at all.
And I'm really focused right now. So I think we're both really focused. So we definitely want to spend this first episode just talking to our ladies, just making sure you understand that shift you are feeling deep down inside in your gut, it's really real. Okay.
We feel it
it's
too.
really happening, and it's go mode right now. I'm not even like traveling. I know it's COVID, but I'm not even doing too much. Everything is focus. It's those seasons where you got to have your head down. It's those seasons where you got to plant your seeds. And then there's the seasons where you reap what you sowed, or where you get the harvest, when the harvest comes and everybody eats.
And embrace each one.
Yeah.
I feel like, a lot of times people get out of that. They only embrace the season where, it looks like they're winning, or, they're shining, and it's their moment, and it's so much that goes on.
You need all of them. You need all of them.
You need all the seasons.
Now, when I'm in a penthouse and I'm looking at the sun coming through the floor to ceiling windows, and I'm looking at my baby, and he playing, and he going in the pantry bringing me chips, and I'm just even the littlest things, I'm like, wow, thank you, God, because it was not always this way, and it feels so much better after you've worked for it and you've had to go back and remember the ugly times, the grind.
When you was booting around,
okay,
in that ugly ass, broke down. What was it?
Hoopty, I don't know. Everybody,
I had a Toyota Camry, a 99.
Okay,
and I drove that thing
efficient,
I couldn't drive it no more.
Good on gas.
But listen, 2020 came around. You know what I'm saying? I caught that 2020 BMW. It's a beater on your ass. Period. Okay. But really, you have to think more about where you come from, because I definitely was a villain with this, that I always was like, okay, what's next? Like, I do something, all right, what's next? All right, I gotta get more money. Like, all right, I'm making 6 figures now, I gotta double that, like right now. Instead of really thinking, bitch, when you first got out of college, I was the bitch making $40,000, okay? I don't know how I was getting by.
We was doing it, though. We were having a blast, too. We were having a blast.
Look at things and you're like, wow, like, I really did that.
Yeah.
Like, I did that. So for the rest of Women's History Month, ladies, really reflect.
Yeah,
really reflect.
This is
journal.
a great time.
Don't you journal?
Yes, I've had journals since I was 9 years old. The thing that I'm fighting with now, though, when things are going so well, it's hard to get yourself to sit down and journal, and you should get those feelings out. And it's like, when I'm frustrated, it's easy for me to write shit down, you know what I mean? Because you want to get it out. But journaling helps me go back and reflect and look at myself and the way I react to certain things.
Yes.
So you can actually do self-reflection. So now is a great time to reflect, ladies, because it's been a shift. Reflect on everything that you've been through that got you who you are. Be proud of the bullshit. Anybody that did you dirty, that's a reflection on them. That's what they're looking at right now. It's not a reflection on you and what you had going on. So fuck them, and we're moving on. And you just tell that nigga to take care.
Next item on the agenda.
Take care.
Okay?
Take care.
And I think that's what really helped me, starting the healing process through, my last relationship was journaling. Because a lot of times, like, as women, we'll get caught up on, like, the nostalgia or, like, the good memories or, like, what could have been or what we thought was, what we had.
Niggas hate when you journal, because niggas be like, no, we was good. I'm like, no, actually.
No, we wasn't.
March
actually,
17th, 2019, I was crying.
6:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, you had texted me some bullshit, and at 6:77, I was crying. And then niggas don't like that shit. I'll be like, no.
But you gotta do that.
No.
You gotta do that, because guess what? It really gives you the facts of how you felt
and
in those moments and what it really was. Because a lot of times we can forget about the facts that we don't like.
Yeah, it doesn't
people
romanticize.
Do that all the time. We see people do that on social media, in politics. They forget the facts that they don't like.
Yeah.
So when you journal, you got the proof.
It's
right
raw.
Here,
so we're encouraging you guys. I know we wanted to wrap this up, but we're encouraging you guys to journal, to reflect, and acknowledge the shift. Acknowledge the shift that's happening right now. To my women, to my specifically black women, there has been a shift. We've been feeling it, and it's really real. Everything that we've been through and we made it through, it is all now a part of your character. And at this point now, you should be feeling quite fearless. You should be feeling like there's nothing
can do any fucking
that
thing.
can come your way that would knock you off of this pedestal. So all we doing right now is fixing our crowns. Welcome to the 3rd season of Diva Unfiltered Podcast, episode 1. I am Dominique the Diva. This is my best friend,
Chey Parker. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at Diva Unfiltered Podcast immediately, expeditiously, right this second. And we will be here on every 2 weeks for you guys to have a new episode. And once we start this time, we are not stopping. Shout outs to you if you've been at A1 day 1 and y'all know how we ride. And also shout outs
to you if you're brand new. We just wanted to bring you guys to a space right here with the Vibe, with Vibe Records, just to make sure that we give you guys another side of us. I know sometimes on the radio, I can't always say what I want to say. On television, I have to say things a certain way. But here, this is hip hop.
And I done said a lot of things.
This is Jen. This is my best friend. This is where we kicking it straight like this.
With the sneakers on.
Okay. On a weekly basis. But acknowledge the shift, ladies, because the shift is real, and we'll catch you next episode. Peace.